I just dropped an ebook. How are y'all doing today? Did you catch, is my lighting on? Okay. Did you catch my latest video? The top things that keep people in debt. It just aired on the channel. Just aired literally. It aired at 7:10 CST. So we just wrapped up that premiere. Thank you to those who were watching. And I announced a surprise at the end of the live, or not the live, but at the end of the premiere. And that is that I just dropped my second ebook, y'all. So I wrote an ebook. I was just thinking about this in 2021, like during the pandemic. This was around the time I kind of started YouTube. But and it was about adult daily living skills, so independent living skills. If you remember, around the time I started my YouTube, I did a lot of just independent living skills videos for students, folks with disabilities, people who, in general, who just needed to learn independent living skills. And I dropped an ebook about that. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to drop another ebook. This was something I definitely had in my spirit, and then I decided to finally put it on paper. And it dropped today. Like, it literally just dropped. At the end of the premiere, I talked about, I am premiering or dropping my new ebook. The description or the link for it is in the description box of that video. I will post it to this video as well, and it's in the comment section as well. So y'all head over there, get the ebook. Listen, when I tell you it is a good one, if I must say so myself, it is a good one. I'm excited about it. My first ebook on financial literacy, hopefully many more to come. Whoever would have thunk it that I would have been writing a book about financial literacy? Who, child, in 2021? What's on my? Oh yeah, so I was on my debt-free journey in 2021, but that was the last thing on my mind, was writing an ebook about it. I was just trying to get through it. So I'm very thankful to have written one and to be able to share it with you. So thank y'all for y'all support in advance. I am just so excited about it. So make sure you get you a copy. Listen, buy one for a friend, buy one for somebody who needs it. If you know somebody who is drowning in debt, who is, not budgeting, having a hard time with these basic financial principles, listen, cop the e-guide, okay? The title is How I Got Out of Debt in 22 Months. And I want you to cop that for somebody. That's a good spring gift. I know birthdays are all around. No major holidays coming up, but listen, that's a good spring gift for you to cop for somebody. So listen, I already got my notes over here. Let's get into this thing, okay? So the top 5 things that keep people in debt, right? So I thought it was, y'all know it's Money Monday. If you're new to my channel, I drop a financial literacy topic every Monday. So this week I talked about the top things that keep people in debt. I just summed it up to my top 5. Of course, listen, I probably could go on and on, but I really wanted to give you the top 5, and that all of these 5 things kept me in debt, y'all. They all kept me in debt. Oh, I just forgot. Did y'all like the studio? So I have a cute little in-home studio now. I actually added something else to it today. So make sure when you watch the video, look at the home studio. Tell me what you think. Is it cute? Do you like it? Drop down in the comments and let me know. You'll notice that I'll be shooting my videos there. I just kind of like, I had this little corner, and it had a cute little chair in it, but that was it. And I'm like, you know what? We can make this a cute little studio to just shoot, your videos. So I'm excited to have just like a dedicated space, in my apartment talk to the peoples, y'all. I am so excited about it. So definitely let me know what you think about it. Should I add something? Should I take something away? Today I was actually able to add a cute little sequin table cover to kind of match my picture in the back. So yes, ma'am, listen, we is doing a thing, and 2023 is our year, okay? We are trying new things. Speaking of other new things, I dropped my cooking series. So one of my subscribers actually kind of mentioned this. She said that I should do a series. Somebody else was like, I want to see you do like a live of cooking. So my cooking shorts, y'all always show so much love on them. Oh my gosh. As soon as y'all drop it, like y'all flock to it. I greatly appreciate y'all support. So I was like, I need to drop, like a long form version of those videos. And so that's what I've been doing since maybe Saturday or Friday. Listen, I got a whole camera roll, so I will be unloading the clip, okay? I just made some honey mustard chicken yesterday. I ate it today. When I tell you it gave what it needed to, I was just thinking, baby, I need to go get me another piece, okay? So y'all check out my Cooking with Miss Duggan series. I do have a playlist, so you can go under my playlist and find anything to your liking. Y'all be sure to check that out for your girl. So new things popping on the channel. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Thank you for your support. But let's get into these 5 things that keep people in debt, right? So like I said, these are my top 5. So let me get my notes pulled up. So the first one is a poor mindset. I talked about this in the video, and then I talked about this. I'm on the Dave Ramsey show too. Like, I was praying for my church to be debt free, but I never prayed that for myself or ever was like serious about it. Like, because I didn't think it was a thing. Like, I had a poor mindset. Like, think about all the times you have thought something for somebody else and never thought it for yourself. Like, it just never crossed your mind. So, my poor mindset is what really contributed to me being in debt. Not believing that I could get out of debt. Not believing that I could actually learn financial education that, made sense to me and then apply it to my own life. Those were things that, because of my poor mindset, I just never really like thought about them. And now that I think about it today, it's like, now I would never think that, I can be debt free. I'm gonna be a first generation millionaire, all the things. But at that time, my poor mindset is what really contributed to me not being able to reach my financial goals. And I think a lot of us have a poor mindset, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, those are things that really just shape the way that, we think about ourselves. They affect our self-esteem and they affect our minds. So I really had to reframe my thinking to say, number one, I can get out of debt. Number two, hey, I can make more money. Because that was kind of a thing in my head, especially like working in education sometimes, like you will notice that there may be a cap at certain levels. And that was something that I was just like, 6 figures, like never really like occurred to me. That was something that I just had kind of pushed out for myself. And that was my mindset. So, you got to put your mind on things above. You got to set your mind on things above. Whatever's good, whatever's lovely. Think about those things and apply them to your life. Like, because I was not doing that. I was just, in that routine of not being able to, meet my financial goals, of living paycheck to paycheck, of not knowing where my money went, not knowing what the heck a budget was. And it was all because of a poor mindset. So that's always my first step in anything. Like, you got to change the way you're thinking about it. And when you change the way you think about it, like, your actions will change. Like, when I changed my thoughts that I could get out of debt, my actions began to reflect that. But if it's the opposite, your actions going to reflect that. You're just going to be spending money. You ain't going to be looking at what's coming in, what's coming out. Like, you're just not going to know, anything. So change your mindset. It's hard. Like, that's probably like the most hardest one, because you don't really realize the things that have seeped into your brain and your thinking. and how they shape your actions and just the trajectory of your life. So it is hard. It's kind of like building a new habit. So they say it takes 14 days to build a new habit. So that's 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, if you can apply, to yourself, I deserve to make more money. I deserve to get out of debt. I deserve to have a good financial life. I can apply financial principles to my life. Once you get into that road, it'll be, easy to do after a while. But it is very hard in the beginning. It is very jarring because you just, you're doing like your body. It's almost like if you never worked out before and you start, walking 3 miles a day, baby, you're going to feel that thing. You're going to feel that thing in the morning, in the noonday, and in the night for several days. But after a while, you know, it's not taking you as long to walk the 3 miles. You're not sore. You actually went a little further, So that's what it is about changing your mindset as well. My second one is, child, bad financial education. Listen, y'all. Instagram and TikTok with some of this financial education, you just be like, sir, what? Do what now? I remember like I was on Instagram and I don't know why this popped up for me, but I was on Instagram and like this lady, she was like a financial advisor. I put in quotation marks because child, not really. And she showed a wallet full of credit cards. Like it was literally full of credit cards. And she was like, how she just applies for credit cards, she's using it to get these points to fund her lifestyle. Basically, is literally what she said. And she was basically encouraging people to apply for credit cards so they could get points and fund their lifestyles with other people's money. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. And I was like, I mean, it was literally a wallet full of credit cards. I was like, oh my gosh, like, ma'am, it literally probably was like at least 10 and was giving financial advice, trying to tell people how to do the same. I'm like, what? That's not a good idea. And that's not good financial advice. With the push for other people's money, OPM, it works while it works. And when it don't, and you're gonna feel the repercussions of it. So I think there's just a lot of bad financial advice. I think we should not equate good financial advice or financial advice, period, with material things. When you start doing that, I think that's where the message gets a little shaky, right? Because in my opinion, like good financial advice is not about the material things. It's about the freedom that that it'll give you. Maybe it's the freedom that you want to try something new, that you never tried, but you couldn't because, you had to work a lot or you had all these bills. It's the freedom, like moms who want to stay home instead of, going to work. They want to be more a part of their kids' lives. It's the freedom that it gives. But I think when we start equating it to Bentleys and 6-story houses, Fendi, Gucci, all these designers, that's where things get a little murky, okay? So be aware of the bad financial education. It is so much out there. I think one indicator of bad financial education is if it's too good to be true. Like, if it's too good to be true, like, girl, sir, it is, okay? Just keep going. Just keep going, okay? So be very just aware of, all of these things that sound so good. It's so easy. If somebody's telling you about a financial principle, like getting out of debt, you already know that ain't easy. So it's like, okay, but you know that the benefits of getting out of debt can make your life easy. So, be aware of that because it's just so much mess out there. And I hate, especially our young folks, I hate to see them listening to this stuff and then they go out and do it and they just be in a bad position before they even old enough to really do anything. So be aware of the bad financial advice. I also talk about bad debt versus good debt, right? So that kind of goes back to this bad financial advice. Good debt is, you can leverage it to do more. So you can take out a loan to go buy this car, to start a rental car business, because that's pretty popular right now. Turo, Airbnb, things like that. So you can go take out this loan to go buy this house, and then you're gonna rent it out, and they gonna pay your way for everything. Like, really? If it was that easy, don't you think everybody would be doing it? So this whole good debt versus bad debt thing, in my opinion, listen, you got to pay it back, don't you? So what's so good about it? And I see what people are saying. Well, this pays for this and that pays for that. Like, I see what they're saying. I really do. However, it's working now, but I don't know if y'all heard about this thing called a pandemic, and how it turned people on their behinds who was, just into like a lot of stuff like that. The world shut down, and you gonna remember that? It actually was around this time, about 3 years ago. It was around spring break, y'all. I remember we came back from spring break for a few days, then they shut this sucker down, and we was in the house. Like, we were in the house, we did not come out. People, lost their livelihoods. Whole, careers just went obsolete. So I think COVID, for me, during COVID is when I really started to think about my money more, because I saw people lose their jobs, and thank God, I didn't lose my job. But I thought to myself, like, if I lost my job, like, I'd be in a world of trouble. I got all these bills. So you really want to build, that foolproof life for yourself. And it's kind of hard to do that with debt. Now, I understand something like a house. Like, a house is an asset. Your home is an asset. I can't argue with that. However, I'm talking more so about, when you just out here getting all these loans to go buy this, buy that, do this, do that. And it's just like, wait a minute. It's not making enough money, to pay it off that quickly. So I think it's very important for us to think about this, like bad debt versus good debt. For me, when I did my debt snowball, baby, all that stuff was bad. Like, I put it all in the debt snowball, and I got to paying it off. So, just be very, very aware of that whole principle, because to me, as somebody who, paid off their debt, it ain't good and it ain't bad. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not bad. It's not good. It's all bad. So be aware of that. Okay, number 4. This is a good one, I thought. No sense of urgency. So I remember back in the days, like, when I would use credit cards and stuff, like, I would, be like, okay, I know I need to pay this credit card off, but there was like no sense of urgency. Like, you pay a little yang yang here, little yang yang there, and it's like, child, the interest yang 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 it up, and you be back where you was. So you have to have a sense of urgency with paying off debt. Like, y'all know, I followed the Ramsey plan. Their whole thing is be gazelle intense, like a gazelle running from the cheetah. So that's what I was. I was moving through this thing. I'm like, I done stayed in this for too long. It's time. It's time to get my life together. So, you have to have a sense of urgency. Like, once again, going back to our culture, oh, you only live once. It's going to be there anyway, blah, blah, blah. And you just have no sense of urgency. Because when you don't have a sense of urgency to do something, we all been there. It's kind of like going to the gym again, right? I'm going to go, I'm going to get up. But you don't really have a sense of urgency. I know for me, when I come home, I have to change into my clothes, my gym clothes, and go to the gym. Because if I don't have a sense of urgency about it, if I get to sitting on the couch, get to scrolling, get to munching on a little snack, I ain't going. Like, I have to have a whole sense of urgency, because it ain't gonna happen the way I want it to if I don't. And I think that's with anything in life. Like, you gotta have a sense of urgency about it. Not that it's gonna happen like quick, because getting out of debt does not necessarily happen quick, but your sense of urgency helps you to stay on track. So that's the same thing with going to school. Like, I know for me, like, I'm getting my doctoral degree. I want to be done. I'm like, I hope to be done in the fall. Like, is that a thing that could, actually happen? I have a sense of urgency about this thing to really, kind of get myself, to where I want to be. So when you're paying off debt, don't get caught up in that. Well, I'm just put a little over here, do a little this. Get a sense of urgency about yourself. Get up like your buns are on fire, okay? And go forth. My last thing, oh Lord, I can spend a whole live stream on this. Buy now, pay later. Listen, y'all, that is going to be the end of some people's financial future. Like, that right there is serious. Like, that is so just, they make it so incredibly tempting. Not only tempting, they make it easy. Like, it's just a little too easy to be able to finance something these days. And not, listen, I ain't talking about something like a car. Like, a car is a lot of money, right? Most people don't have that saved up. No, they are financing shirts, meals, chicken dinners, purses, you know, things that you don't need like Afterpay for. And not that you need Afterpay for anything, but things that you don't need like Afterpay for. They're making it so easy. So once you already in, you know, a lot of Afterpay debt, you know, you ain't really thinking to just put more on there. As somebody who, you know, definitely, listen, I had my deal with the PayPal credit. That was mine, that I used. And y'all, it was definitely a big tempter for me. So in the video, I talk about how I can't remember all the things that I bought, but I know that I got, I thought I heard somebody. I know that I bought a plane ticket. I also got some Fashion Nova clothes. I remember I got some little cute, clear little heels. I think I got these cute little olive shorts. And I know I probably bought a shirt too, child. I probably bought a whole outfit. But yeah, listen, I used to see that little PayPal credit flashing. Ooh, why not? Look, mine as well. And I was minusing well all over it. I remember when I paid that off, y'all. When I tell you I had to close that account quickly because I already knew something else gonna come around and I'm gonna be right back in the same hole, if not further. You know, I think it's I think it's predatory for some folks, especially when you're putting food to be able to do Afterpay on. That's very predatory. You know, because think about, you know, some of our, in some of our neighborhoods, you know, a mom or a dad or an elderly person who may be struggling to pay the bills, you know, with inflation and things like that. And they see something like that. And that is very like preying on people who can't do what they, you know, who can't pay it, you know, within a timely manner. So you gotta be very aware of that. It also goes back to you know, discipline. You gotta be disciplined. You know, it's hard to say no, it's hard to step away sometimes, but it's really just pulling on that not wanting to miss out that we all have inside of us. You know, we don't want to miss out on nothing. We want the latest, we want the greatest. But that right there, that is no joke. Like, stay away from it at all costs. You remember back in the day, like the layaway, because that's basically what it is, like an updated layaway. You would have to like go to the store, get your items, bring it to the back of the store, because that's what the layaway was. Listen, I know. I remember I put an iPad on layaway, maybe like my sophomore or junior year in college. And I paid it off. And then remember, like, they were opening the layaway early, like September, you know, to kind of prepare for the Christmas crowd. So I remember putting stuff on layaway. I remember putting stuff on layaway at TJ Maxx. Listen, I think City Trends still have layaway. I was in there and I felt like I heard somebody paying on their layaway or bringing something up for layaway. So, you know, the old layaway, you would be able to kind of get your items and then you take them to the counter. You pay on it week to week to week, but you didn't get your stuff until you paid it off. Now, child. And then I don't really think it was a lot of like repercussions. Like, credit wasn't tied to it. You know, it wasn't anything like that. Because if you don't buy it, then they keep their merchandise. And that's what it is. Like, they don't lose out on anything. But now, once you know, you can get these things before you pay for it. And yeah, they may lose out on merchandise. So they going to make sure, you know, you may be penalized for that. So it is just a different and more dangerous way of doing it, you know, that can really affect people's credit, y'all. It is not a game. So, you know, just thinking about these topics and thinking about the things that keep people in debt. Each of these things I toyed with, y'all, previous to being debt free. Each of these things I toyed with. So, you know, that's why I decided to write my ebook, How I Became Debt Free in 22 Months. I will be dropping the link in the description box below, as well as in the comments. I'll be sure to pin it, but it is already posted in my video that just aired tonight. So make sure you check it out. It is only 12 pages. It's only 12 pages. It's an easy read. It's a knowledgeable read, and most importantly, it is an encouraging read. So make sure you grab it for somebody. Listen, it's only $5. $5. Okay, I remember being in debt. And of course, when you in debt or just trying to learn financial principles, like you ain't trying to spend a whole lot of money on things, right? You want something affordable. So this is really an affordable price for my wonderful subscribers, for for them and for anybody else to be able to really go deeper into your financial concerns that you have. So be sure to cop it and let me know what you think about it. I definitely want to know, you know, would you like me to add more? Should I take away something? But I did want to keep it pretty succinct, so I get to the point. You know, 12 pages is, you know, like that for you to read. I also got some fun photos in there as well. So that's always fun. But yeah, y'all definitely check it out. I am so excited. Like, oh my gosh, I wrote a financial literacy book, my first one. So my first one, but many, many more to come. I hope to do like a really, you know, long like chapter book eventually, as I continue to work through my own financial goals. But I am excited to give this product to y'all. Listen, y'all know I'm an educator at heart. I'll always be an educator. So I enjoy teaching, learning, and reading. That is my thing. And I enjoy sharing it with you. So make sure that you know, cop that for your girl. Y'all support Miss Duggan, okay? I'm out here working hard for the peoples. We are over 1,400 subscribers, y'all. We really creeping up on 1,500 here. So y'all have been showing me so much love. I greatly appreciate it. That's why I definitely love just coming live. Definitely dropping more videos as well. We'll probably be at like more than 3 uploads this week, because I'm gonna drop some more cooking videos. Y'all follow me on social media. So I actually opened up my Instagram. That is oh so lovely. So y'all can follow that. Y'all can follow Miss Duggan on Instagram. You can follow Miss Duggan on Facebook as well. You can also follow my regular profile as well, Alexis Duggan. Y'all head over there to my social media, show your girl some love. So many of y'all already do, so I greatly appreciate that. We will be back this Wednesday with another video. So definitely be sure to check that out. I will be bringing that to y'all soon. And like I said, the cooking videos will be dropping this week as well. Don't forget to click the subscribe link if you have not already. And I'm going to see y'all soon. Bye. Y'all go cop that ebook. Thanks for your support.